Welcome back, guys, to the James Madison Dynasty. In this video, I'm going to be going over the offseason. Coming off of a bowl win, first bowl win in the Dynasty. Was really close to winning or being in the conference championship game. As we'll see who won the national championship, and it was North Carolina coming on top. Your national champions. As end of season recap, we'll go over some of the stats. Losing some of the players this season, as J.C. Evans, nearly 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, had a 61% completion percentage, 35 sacks. Pretty solid season. Needs to turn the ball over less, get a little bit more accurate, but really showed in some games he was a high-level performer. Rushing the ball is a major category we have to improve on this offseason. Conrad Perkins will be moving to receiver, but he did have almost 600 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. J.C. Evans, almost 500 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. Baldwin, 2 touchdowns. David, a touchdown. Not awful on the ground, just has to get better. Receiving, Chris Lofton, almost 600 yards, leading the way. Maxwell Moss, only 18 catches, but right behind him, as Alex Ballman, the senior tight end, led the team in touchdowns. Yerman Knight and Conrad Perkins, 4 touchdowns through the air. Same with Quincy Lambeau, who I'm hoping could take a big leap next season. Blocking, it's a struggle. Simmons will be leaving as he is a senior. Gave up 11 sacks. Another senior, Hunter McLean, gave up 6. The other 2 will be back, but hopefully they can improve a little bit. Defensively, Philip Harris led the team in tackles with 88. Roman Mobley, 83, right behind him. Tackles for loss, Brian Pearson with 25. And Carter Banks, unfortunately, the dynamic duo won't be there anymore as he has 16. Marcellus Nash with 14. Sheldon coming off the edge with 12, but he's also a senior. 13 sacks from the sophomore Brian Pearson. 8.5 for Carter Banks. 6.5 for Nash. 4.5 from Sheldon coming off the edge. Pierce Miller with 4. And a couple down here for some others. Leading the way with picks is Roman Mobley with 5. Sheldon and KJ Flo both with 4. Elovis, the freshman corner, with 3. Milt Ferguson with 2. Nash with 1 and Philip Harris with 1. Didn't force a lot of fumbles, only 2. Only recovered 1 of those. There's a couple defensive touchdowns. 2 from Marcellus Nash, 1 from Sheldon, 1 from Mobley, Elovis, and Milt Ferguson, both with a touchdown as well. We're losing a decent amount of players. Nothing too awful. I don't believe All-Americans will check out. Don't believe we had any All-Americans. No first teams. No second team. Possibly could see a freshman. We do not. Sun Belt. First team. Conrad Perkins is in there. Same with Carter Banks, Pierce Miller. No Brian Pearson, shockingly. Alex Ballman, second team All Sun Belt. And no Brian Pearson. As Quincy Lambeau, our center, gets in there. And John Lewis must have played some special teams. But a couple guys in here. Still crazy. No Brian Pearson. As pretty sure he was in for best linebacker. Yeah, he won best linebacker. I know best DN. Carter Banks was in here for a little bit, but doesn't make the cut at the end. But we're going to head into the full offseason now. Ending the season recap, as we do get a couple commits right off the bat. It's good to see. But players leaving, as our starting center, Kyle Longhart, persuaded, but is transferring, losing our starting center now. And we're also losing a good part of this team. Gonna have to replace a good amount of players. You got Carter Banks, Ballman, McLean, Selden, Simmons, Channel, Thomas, Scruggs, our center now, Eline. Good, solid part of this roster, but hopefully this recruiting class can make up for it. Been recruiting decently so far this season. Nothing crazy. Draft results, highly doubt we had anyone drafted, and we did not. All right, but heading into probably the biggest offseason in this dynasty so far. As Jeremiah Mama, we're still number 1 on, so we're going to leave him on the board. Got a couple other guys down here, but really want to check out this transfer portal. See if we are number 1 on a lot of players. We're going to add a ton. Add this 4-star. If there's any more 4 or 5 stars, we'll definitely take them. Doesn't look like it. Nope. But a good chunk of players. We'll definitely scout them, see if they fit what we're looking for. This is definitely the biggest transfer portal we've seen and the best one so far. And I do want to see if there is a quarterback on there. Not saying we need one, but we will definitely scout quarterbacks. Doesn't hurt to get one more. As only 86 throw power, that's just not going to be good enough. 96 throw power, though. We'll definitely offer him a scholarship. Don't have a ton of points to play with, but we'll have enough to check out some of these players. Really want to check out this 4-star. 93 tackles, 93 play rec. Definitely going to add some points onto him right away as well. For some of these guys where we're crazy in the league for, no need to add a crazy amount of points. As someone like Ty Jennings, he's going to Virginia. We're just going to take him off the board. McNabb, no need to keep him. Same with Carew, the running back. That is a position I do want to check the portal for. I don't believe we got anybody. There are 2 players from the portal we'll add to our board. '98 agility, 96 change of directions could definitely work. 92 speed, 88 change of direction. Some solid running backs in the portal. Could be looking for our Carter Banks replacement. '66 zone is a little low, but definitely need some secondary help. With Scruggs leaving. 75 zone's pretty good. 76 speed is a little iffy. 85 speed, 91 excel, 73 zone. It's pretty solid for a 3-star middle linebacker. It's also a pretty solid defensive tackle right there. A lot of these guys are younger coming out the portal, and that is a good sign. Really want this quarterback. Gonna be difficult to get him with Bama pursuing him. These other guys we are first on, so we don't have to go crazy. Could just add some points here and there. I do want this middle linebacker though, so I think I am gonna add a little bit more to him. And we could just pick safeties. Definitely need more safeties. Can never go wrong with. I'm gonna have to try and pull away for Robbie Pope. With North Carolina, Penn State, Syracuse all right behind him. So I think that's how I like our board. I'm not too worried about some of these high school guys. I think we'll get all of them. Jeremiah Mama as well. No one's pursuing him. As we'll check out what we are ranked in the Sun Belt Conference. Only number 98, about midway. But this transfer portal can really change how this offseason goes for us. As we will advance to next week, and it's going to be a big week. See if we jumped into the lead for any of our new guys. Didn't get any signings. As we did jump in the first for Alonzo. Can't put him on a visit. Can put Garlino on a visit. He will be coming this week. As North Carolina jumps everybody. Pope could be headed there. We'll send him on a visit, add some more points to him as well. Now we could add some more to some of these guys with only 5 points and try and get Byard even more. Bradmus, don't think I need to add any there. Hayward, is he worth pursuing? 76. He has good zone, good tackling, good pursuit, but his speed's just pretty low. I mean, we'll go after him one more week. Whedon, I can't send him on a visit yet, so we'll add some more points. Sherrill, we'll add some more. We'll add 5 more to him. Reddy Jr., everybody jumped us for him. He looks solid though, and he's younger. As everybody jumped us for Kevin Roberts. We're going to add more points and send him on a visit. As for guys down here, not too worried. We'll have 5 here. At 10 here. Send Jared October on a visit this week. As we might even add a couple more players to our board. Receiver, corner, can never get too many of those. I think we'll just take the 2 receivers for now, and then corner. Cam Chadwick, we went after him last offseason. Back up here. We'll go with Baker Booker. We'll add 3 corners to the board. We'll scout them, see if we take anybody off. As we'll see, 99 agility, 93 speed. I mean, if we could get that on our team, that is a huge difference maker. He's being pursued heavily by Marshall, and Marshall, we play a decent amount. Cress, I'm not too interested in. We'll throw some points into him. If he comes, he comes. As Booker, 89 speed, 78 zone, has good change of direction. Nothing crazy. Add 5 onto him. We are out of points, but Evans looks pretty solid. At least gonna offer him a scholarship. Act like we're interested. No one's offered Chadwick a scholarship yet, but I like the board how it is. Hoping we could get at least a couple commits this week would be huge, and we don't. And Roman, he doesn't sign to anybody, but we just aren't good enough. He doesn't want to come here. And we got JC Evans, so I'm not too disappointed. As we did jump a lot of people. So some of these other guys really coming in heavy to get some of these players. And I do not like that. Buffalo especially really trying to come in heavy on Ben right now. Eastern Michigan's coming heavy on October. As we'll finish scouting Evans. Yeah, 97 speed. That is him and Milt Ferguson on the outsides. Would be a complete game changer. Only 88 speed for Chadwick. 68 man. 65 tackle, 64 zone. They're gonna take him off the board. Just not somebody we're interested in. As can't schedule Bennett to a visit yet, but gonna add more points onto him. Try and get back into that race. As Bradley losing out on him. Gonna send him on a visit. Same with Alonzo. We'll send Alonzo on a visit. It's just Pope. Not looking too good. Some of these other guys we've jumped into first. It's a good sign. Hayward. Still second. We'll give him 25. Whedon. Can we send him on a visit now? We can. As we're pretty solid for a lot of these guys. Hoping we could get a couple commits this week. It's right on the edge of a couple of these guys. Really need to start getting some points back. Getting some commits, not coming down to the last week. As we lose out on 2 commits, Pope and Bradley go to North Carolina and Auburn. I mean, we get some points back, but still no commits. So it is going to come down to the last week. As Roberts, we dropped all the way from first to out of the top 3. We lose out on Roberts. As just a disaster going on right now, as Ohio now jumps us. We'll add a soft sell onto John. At 5 there. Really, really would like Jared October. Could be the tight end of the future for us. Still third on some of these guys, and we could finally send Bennett on a visit. Maybe get him closer to us. Crest. Just don't think we're gonna get him, and I'm okay taking that loss there. As I guess we'll say playing style on a visit for Booker. Get some more points onto him. It's Evans. We are first on. Got to keep that. Michigan is coming out of nowhere on Alonzo. Add some more to him. Put him up to 40. Trying to do everything I can to keep majority of these players in first place. At 10 there. At 10 there. Hayward, I think I'm okay losing Hayward and just get the points back. Put him on a visit. Add 5 to Riddy. $20 points remaining. I mean, I think we've done everything we can down there to secure those guys. Maybe go with a hard sell on Alonzo. Even though we don't have all 3 of his. So I think I'm gonna just send the house. And then I really want Whedon. So I think we'll send the house for him. And I think that's going to be the best we can do. I mean, you got to sign some people. This could be the best recruiting class we've had or the worst. And probably the most important offseason we've had. As we get Whedon, we get Evans, and it's saying that's all we got. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. As we lose out on Bennett to Marshall. Booker goes to Purdue. Evans staying here. Alonzo is going to Michigan. Morton's going to Toledo. We do get Leslie. Bird's going to Wake Forest. Radmus is going to Western Kentucky. We do get Whedon. And we get Sherrill. Riddy's going to Mid-Tennessee State. We do get Mama. And Townsell. And John. And Antonio Barnes. But Ben, he's going to Buffalo. We do get Jake October. And we get the running back, Henry. So a solid class. I mean, 18. Nothing crazy. In the Sun Belt, it does rank second, though. And that's huge because we were middle of the pack, below a lot of these teams all season. Now we've jumped everybody to second in the Sun Belt. Only Louisiana has been recruiting better than us the past 2 seasons. So we'll definitely take that. We'll take a look at some of these transfers as Gage, Whedon, Leslie, Evans. We are able to see some of their dev traits. Is any star or impacts? And Jared October with a star. Chuck Knox with a star. Jay Steven with a star. I think, yep, those are our only stars, but that is pretty good. As we'll take a look at these overalls of some of these transfers. Evans, 75 overall, but 97 speed. And we have a fast cornerback room now. As Whedon, 77 overall. Mobley played really well last season, but could see one of them move to outside linebacker. As Leslie, only a 71 overall, and we could redshirt him. And that could be the move, honestly. As Gage, a 73 overall. Nothing crazy, but solid overall. As we'll check out some of our athletes, see where they fit in at. We got 3 this season. One's going to be either an outside linebacker or a DN. I think we're just going to throw him at left outside linebacker. As Jeremiah Mama, see where he's good at. They're saying quarterback is his highest overall position. I mean, it's 8 overalls higher than what everything else was. He does have 93 throw power. That could be our quarterback of the future right there. As Chuck Knox, this is a big one here. DN, they're saying, could play safety as well. But I think DN comes in, takes over for Carter Banks leaving. I think I do want him at right end. We'll redshirt him. Because we do have a ton of right ends. So the big question now is, do we leave Whedon or even Mobley at middle linebacker, or do they go to outside linebacker? Whedon takes a 2 overall jump. Mobley takes a 1 overall jump. Do you think we move Whedon to left outside linebacker? I would like to just move somebody to middle. Maybe Wade McCourtney. See if he could develop there at middle linebacker. 64 overall, has the speed that we're looking for him to play it. But now, for some of the big moves, Conrad Perkins. He's going to be headed to receiver this season. I know he drops in overall, but I do think there's a better fit for Conrad Perkins to be a wide receiver. So I think that's a good fit there. As Jared October is going to have to step in right away and play some important snaps for us. As running back, didn't really find the answer this offseason. Found some good players that could be good in a year or two, but I mean, as of right now, it's going to be Kamarian Baldwin and Alex Prescott. David saw some playing time last season. As we'll check out the line, make sure everything is smooth. As we are going to move Cam into backup center just for depth. Could even move one of these guys to right guard just for more depth there at that position. The line, I think, is solid. Linebackers, we went over. Corners, I just don't know what to do with Evan Johnson. Doesn't fit in. He could be a cut candidate, honestly. Maybe even a free safety backup position for him. As John Lewis and Tajay Hooper are going to be the starting strong safety this season. Maybe Ethan Johnson slides there. Does he go up? He does, as that's not Ethan Johnson. Ethan Johnson does go up to a 76 overall at strong safety. And we'll definitely see with the training results if Tajay Hooper or John Lewis jump him. Ethan Johnson will most likely be cut. Would like a better backup free safety, but as of right now, that's the best we got. Kicker, punter, same thing as it's been. But do you think this team got a little better this offseason? J.C. Evans need one of these quarterbacks to really break out. And I'm hoping it's J.C. Evans. We're going to assume 2 training results. As we really need to improve. As the offense did a lot. J.C. Evans still below 2 quarterbacks, and now it's you might have to start one of these others. J.C. Evans has been that guy, but Joshua Douglas, if McPherson's throwing power was better, he would definitely be the starter. I mean, he's got some physical traits I do like. He's got the speed. It's just the throwing power. I mean, the accuracy's there. Throwing the runs there, but Douglas looks really good too. As running back, Baldwin jumps up to an 80 overall. Philip Amar, 79. Alex Prescott, or Mick Prescott, 78, and that's really good. Needed to see a jump from him, and he will probably take over for Philip, who will probably be a fullback for right now. As receivers, Maxwell Moss, 82 overall. Yerman Knight, 82. Lofton getting lost in the mix down at 79, but Conrad Perkins jumps to an 80. 8 overalls, moving the receiver. Some of these other guys, Quincy Lambeau, he was just a big player for us. He didn't really go up in overall. And seen some more speed at the bottom. But I think receiving room is solid. Pfeiffer remaining the best tight end. But Corey Wiley, freshman, coming in, 71 overall. Even Stephen Mechie, 70 overall, and the 74 speed might just not cut it. As we'll check out some of this offensive line, because we definitely need to see them improve a lot this season. As does look like we have a pretty good amount of jumps. They look like a solid group now. As Griffin Hart drops below Devin Schulters. As Marcellus Nash up to an 88 overall. Love to see that. As Barry Brown, 83. Miles Green. Some guys that have gotten very, very, very little playing time are going to be getting a lot this season. Pierce Miller, 86. McMullen, 83. Dagone, 79. Even some of these other guys down here, 77, 75, can definitely see some playing time. As I was waiting for Has Hakeem to jump up in overall, and still a junior, never did. But Roman Mobley jumps to an 80. Philip Harris will still be getting a lot of playing time. That speed at the linebacker position is just too good, and he's jumping up in zone and some of these other stats. But it is good to see Coney get up to a 79 overall. Outside linebacker Brian Pearson, still a stud. Not really going up in overall too much, but he is a stud. 96 pursuit, 85 finesse move. Really good. Milt Ferguson, 85 overall, still the number 1 corner. 99 speed for Cade. The freshman redshirt corner, 76 overall, 99 speed, and Deshaun Sanders also went up to 94 speed. These are some guys we're gonna have to get on the field. As Cade, only 54 zone. It's gonna be rough to get him on the field, but that 99 speed just might be too good to pass up on. This KJ Flow doesn't really take too big of a jump, unfortunately. He is still really good though. KJ Flow has been a solid player. As Ethan Johnson, 80 overall, tied with John Lewis. Tajay Hooper doesn't get anything. It's going to be close. John Lewis beats him in zone incredibly. If we have to make cuts, then we know who we're going to go with. I think it is going to be Ethan Johnson getting the boot. Tried to switch his position. Kicker did go up a little bit. It's good to know. But it is a very solid team led by a couple of the defensive powerhouses. Marcellus Nash, Pierce Miller. Cornerback room's got to be scary in the future. So Simpson next week, and don't think we're going to adjust anything in the conferences. Then like them how they are currently. Don't think we have any independent schools. Yeah, don't think I'm going to adjust anything just yet. Once we start winning the conference championship, then we can move us to a different conference. We have to cut 4 players. 4 players is a decent amount. As we could cut. Do think we'll cut Dalton October. Just don't think he's ever going to improve too much. There was a senior. Yup. Griffin Hart started last season. Sophomore Salters has overtaken him. I think he's an easy cut. Just need 2 more. Jake Jackson. There's 3 players ahead of him. I don't think he's going to see any playing time. Defensive tackle, I'm not going to move because you never know with an injury. Someone could go down. But Brock Hicks, I think it's an easy cut there. Just looking a little bit more. Never know. And Ethan Johnson, I think, will stay on the team as a backup safety. Don't need to make any more cuts at that 85 limit. But Ethan Johnson, I think, will be second on the strong safety depth chart. Maybe he sees some playing time and he plays well. Jeremiah Mama already wants to transfer out. It's kind of crazy. He's got to hit with a red shirt. I mean, if he transfers, he transfers. Playing style is the reason why he wants to transfer. Gonna redshirt all these running backs. No need for any of them. Now we could redshirt Conrad Perkins. Just don't think it's smart. We will redshirt Jared October. Get him another year to develop. Some of these third string offense linemen could definitely get redshirted just for the future. Gammon will be redshirted. Knox Can't wait to see him play. We'll definitely get hit with the red shirt. Gentry, red shirt. McCourty, red shirt. I think we will red shirt Laslin. Maybe we'll see him jump up. I mean, we could also redshirt Milt Ferguson, but just don't think that's smart. Townsell will get redshirt. Jay Steven will get redshirted. Tajay Hooper, just it wouldn't make sense to redshirt him. He's never developed, unfortunately. If he would have taken like a 2-3 overall boost, it would have definitely redshirted him, but he didn't. And we'll go into the schedule. You guys know I don't like FCS schools on the schedule. I don't like free wins. Put a bye here, and then we'll go into week 5, playing the game. Who do we want to play? North Texas could be a good one. They're not too overpowered, but they're still ranked, so it could be a good one. Virginia, I think we're going to schedule them, as we are in Virginia. They've taken a lot of our recruits. Got to make them pay for it. But I do like the beginning of this schedule. At Maryland, at Miami, versus Minnesota. Then we get a bye. Then Virginia, straight in the conference game. And we do play Louisiana this year. Get Arkansas State again. We have a pretty tough schedule. So that will be really exciting. Some exciting games there. We will check out the prospect list, as we'll check out some of our team needs. They're saying a quarterback, a couple receivers, a couple offensive linemen, defensive tackle, definitely going to need one, and then secondary. No kicker or punter just yet, but check out if anyone has us first. Don't need a right end, but definitely take it. Same with tight ends. If you're number 1, I'm all for going after you. Defensive tackle there. Some of these guys could definitely slide inside as well. Don't need a punter. Now we'll start going by position. As a quarterback, already have one. He's an athlete. We will definitely get 2, though, just to be sure. Running back got 1. Receiver, it's not too big of a need, but I definitely do think we should pick up some receivers. Tackles. Get a couple in there. Some guards. Center, don't think we need just yet. DN, got a couple already. Got a couple defensive tackles. Could pick up a middle linebacker as well. It's not a need, but definitely need some depth there. We'll check out free safety, strong safety. Strong safety, we will go after some of these 2 stars. Never know. Strong safety is a difficult position to recruit, and a gem here. Athlete. Offer him a scholarship right away. Now Lane Gentry. 82 catching is pretty solid to begin for a tight end. See if maybe we could get some instant commits. Looks like more like a pass or a blocking tight end there. .79 speed. Doesn't look like a zone type guy. More of an edge rusher. There's no instant commits just yet. I mean, Trump, pretty solid defensive tackle there. Or Troop. One of the two. Another gem here in Jeremy Wade. Offer him a scholarship. Wang, another scholarship there. Hey, a third gem. Another defensive tackle, 84 strength, has speed as well. The bust here. 90 speed though. It's definitely fast. So we will take a risk there. .92 speed for a quarterback. Only 85 throw power. I'm going to offer him a scholarship because he's an athlete. But 85 throw power, he might not be playing quarterback. We are just going to offer scholarships to everybody else. And then we'll scout the players that we would like to know more about. As still, coach prestige is not that high, so we don't have a lot of points coming into the offseason, and really need to start winning some close games to get more points. As an instant commit right away, Kevin Golden. Hopefully he's solid. Do want to check out the strong safety. 86 speed. What about the free safety? We'll do one more on him. And that's why you scout your players. That free safety is not good. As we'll check out some more free safeties. Need to get one on the board at least. I think it was AJ Graves we just scouted. We'll go with Tyler Lorig. Well, from a scholarship, scout some of the rest later. But a pretty solid offseason. We'll head straight into the bye week. I will do a little bit of recruiting here. Just do want to know a little bit more about these players, especially Tyler. Just 85 speed just isn't going to be good enough for safeties. I mean, 86 for a safety is rough. But I definitely do want to take care of our gem players, get them the most points. And we'll kind of just go from there with this. There are some players we didn't scout just yet that we definitely will. As Thomas, another good one there. Eagles, I don't typically like going after JUCO players, but he's a gem. So we'll go after him. And we're just going to throw 5 on the rest of them. Kind of see where it goes from there. We have more points afterwards to scout some of these other players. We definitely will, because we got to know more about what we're putting into. Yeah, we definitely will have some more points. We could scout this quarterback, 87 throw power. He's usable, but he's not crazy good. And right now we're just kind of... Right now we're looking for depth more than anything. And the transfer portal is when I like to really go after difference makers. Could get a freshman that comes in here and there, and they are a huge difference maker and they start right away, but more looking for just some depth pieces. And I will adjust the board off camera especially when I have more of these guys recruited. 81 speed, though, is pretty solid. Kind of just get an idea of where some of these guys are at instead of recruiting or scouting just one at a time. 95 speed. Is Tony. He looks like a receiver, and he's going to be number 1 on our board for right now. But I think that's where we're going to end it. I'm going to go over the depth chart, set that up. We could check top 25s. I forgot to check preseason All-American. Are we even getting nominations? And we are not in either just yet, but you never know. Couple wins to begin the season. Where are they projecting us to win to be? Kind of below where everybody else was last season. Below Georgia State, Marshall, Coastal Carolina. But I did want to see if any of these other teams in the conference did improve. Or are we the best one in the conference? Marshall in 82, we're in 85. And it does look like we are the best overall in the conference. So overall doesn't mean everything, but I have real high hopes for this season. And I'll see y'all at the beginning of it. Peace.